Hi everyone. The Ottawa Real Estate Board has released the July statistics on what's going on in the market, and we're here to share it with you. So what we have on this first slide is just a 6-month comparison, right? So how are things going this year? So February's 1,390 sales, 2,200 in March, 24 in April, 22 in May, 21 in June. This is a very typical year. It doesn't look at all like last year with the kind of COVID pandemic really pushing the spring market into the summer, but this is very normal. So the net result is a 19% reduction in sales July over June. Now, that's normal stuff. There's really nothing to talk about there. That's not exciting. Active listings, we saw really very little in the month of February, a little bit of an increase every month. We've had a very small increase in July over June. Now that is a little bit interesting because fewer sales, more listings. What does that mean? The key insight on all of these slides is really the months of standing inventory. That's the key metric that determines where the market's going, really. So this is like deep in seller's market territory, but it is softening relative to where it was in the peak of the year, which was March with the biggest sale prices and the lowest inventory. So as the market eases into a little bit more standard levels of inventory, this is not standard, this is super low, we probably have a little bit of a rebalancing of prices. Ottawa doesn't have a history of going dramatically backwards. I guess that's yet to be seen. My prediction is we probably will not. Basically, we're back at a 622 as an average sell price, similar to the beginning of the year, not as high as that real peak that we saw into the 670s when there was no inventory and things got really overheated. But would be surprised if there's a lot of continued reduction in sale prices. Okay, so July over July, this is just sales volume. Last July was our spring market. So this is not a normal statistic with a 21% reduction in sales. The truth is 1,724 sales in the month of July is very average on the 5-year history that we have. So that's not that newsworthy. Again, this is newsworthy. Inventory is increasing. That's going to move us back towards a little bit more balance. But again, we need 4 to 6 months of standing inventory to be considered a balanced market. This is a very strong seller's market that is showing a little bit of an easing for buyers. Active listings, again, about a 20% increase. So, fewer sales, more listings, hey, more months of standing inventory. All makes sense, right? So again, this is this chart that kind of shows what happened in 2020 versus 21 versus 2019. So we're back following more or less our standard seasonal increases in inventory. So, we basically have a peak level of activity in the spring, which drives inventory down, and then we slowly increase the inventory, and we're in that cycle. This is kind of a normal year all of a sudden, other than prices are up by over $100,000 on average. And I guess I just spoke too soon, but here it is. 17% increase July over July on the residential sale prices, so that is literally $100,000, and a 17.2% increase in the sale price of the condominium class, which is massive improvements on both sides. So there it is, guys. I don't know exactly what I can tell you about August. My prediction would be we've probably seen our little price correction, which again, it's not even really a correction. It's just we saw a peak. And so if you're in the market to sell, you probably got to be a little bit cautious to think, well, that massive price my next door neighbor got, I might need to temper my expectations slightly. If you're a buyer, there's a little bit more breathing room. You can actually go see a property twice. You might even buy one without competing. Still a very aggressive market, and one that's really favoring the homes that are those homes, and we still are into multiple offers. But it's a bit of an easing, and it feels a little bit more balanced and a little bit more fair in a lot of ways. So we'll see what August brings. There's July, and enjoy the rest of your summer. We'll talk to you soon.